everybody. It is so good to be doing your collective worship today, and I am going to kick off our collective worship the way we do every collective worship. So peace be with you. Brilliant. Thank you so much, Rowledge. I love it when we share peace with one another. Now today, Ms. Oliver has asked me to help us think about something called Lent, which is a time in a Christian calendar, and it is a little bit about preparation. So before we start thinking about Lent itself, I want to ask you how you would normally get prepared for school. So maybe it would look a little bit like this. Actually, a lot of you aren't having to do all that at the moment, although I hope you're still brushing your teeth. Please keep doing that. It might look a little bit more like this. Now I'm going to put some different situations up on the screen now, and I want you to have a little discussion with the people. If you're in school, have a discussion with the people who are in your class. If you are at home, maybe have a discussion with people in your house. If you're on your own watching this video, just have a little think about what I'm putting up on the screen. So if I asked you to get prepared for these different situations, how would you do it? Okay, here's the first one. Here's the second one. And here's the third one. I wonder what some of the things were that you would do to be prepared for the different situations that I put up on there. It might be that you had to get organised and getting certain things ready, or making sure you had things ready maybe the night before, or maybe it was a case of tidying up before people came round. I hope you had a really good discussion or a really good think about how you would get prepared. But today we are thinking about Lent, and Lent is a time for Christians where we get prepared. For the first 30 years of his life, Jesus grew up mostly in the town of Nazareth. At the age of 30, Jesus knew he was going to start doing his public work, which is what we read about in the Bible. He was about to start teaching people all about God and showing them and helping them experience some amazing miracles. He knew that it wouldn't be easy, and eventually it would lead to his death. In preparation for this time, Jesus spent 40 days and nights in the desert getting ready. Jesus spent this time on his own, and he didn't eat or drink anything. And while he was in the desert, he was tempted. He was tempted to do things that he knew were wrong, but he didn't do them. Because what do we know about Jesus? We know that he was a perfect human and that he never did anything wrong. At the end of the 40 days on his own in the desert, Jesus left the desert and started out on the work that he was here on earth to do. His time in the desert had prepared him for this moment. Now, Lent is the time of year where we prepare for Easter, and we remember that time that Jesus spent preparing in the desert. Lent begins on a special day called Ash Wednesday, which is the day after Shrove Tuesday, which some people know as Pancake Day. I'm very excited about pancakes. I personally like mine with lemon and sugar. I don't know about you. But the day after Pancake Day is Ash Wednesday, which is when Lent begins. And Lent is the same length of time as Jesus spent in the desert, 40 days. Lent is meant to help focus Christians on helping others and focusing our minds on God. Part of Lent is sometimes about giving something up. You may have mums and dads or other family members who like to give something up for Lent, because this helps us remember that Jesus gave up eating and drinking anything during his time in the desert. And it helps us to focus on doing other things instead of the thing that we've given up. So it might be that this Lent you might think, oh, do you know, instead of playing on my console for an hour after I finish my school stuff, maybe it'll just be half an hour. And the other half an hour could be used to think of how you can help others. Maybe it might be getting food together to help those people in Farnham who don't have as much as we do. Maybe you could drop some food off at the food bank in the co-op in the centre of the village. Maybe there are other ways that you know of that you can help other people during this time of Lent for 40 days before Easter. I would like you just to pause the video now to have a think and a discuss about what you could do this Lent to help others. Or maybe what you could give up this Lent to help you focus more on God. So just pause the video and have a little think. Do you know that experts say that if we do something for 40 days, it becomes a new habit? Wouldn't it be fantastic if we did something positive during Lent, which then became part of our everyday lives? Let's spend a few moments quietly now, because we're going to say a prayer together, which you can say with me, because I'm going to put the words up on the screen. Or you can just sit quietly and listen to the words. So let's just be quiet. Dear Lord, thank you that in the busyness of life, there are times to stop and think. Help us never to be so busy that we don't have time to be peaceful and silent. Thank you for such times as Lent that remind us to think about you and to consider what we can do to help others. Please help us always to be prepared to help other people. Amen. Well, thank you so much, Rowledge. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I hope Pancake Day goes really well for you. And don't forget to have a think about what you can do this Lent to help others or to help you focus more on God.